Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode, another blog. Today we're talking about a hot button issue, which is, what does my flat roof commercial cost? You know, how much is it going to cost me to replace this roof on this giant tool and die shop or building? Well, we get it, and you're not alone. But before we can really break that down, and we are going to break it down, it's in the blog article below, it's important to understand what is a roof replacement. Because when you talk about replacement, there's really three different types of replacement you're talking about. Number one, which is going to be the most cost effective, are coatings. And not all coatings are actual roof replacement or restoration as you would think about it. But what we talk about are liquid silicone coating systems, right? It is actually a roofing membrane system because it starts in a liquid silicone form and then cures out. So that's one. Number two, recovers, which means it's just code for putting a new layer of membrane over the top of the existing with either a slip sheet or some level or amount of insulation guarding between those two layers. So that's number two. And the third is actually a full roof replacement. Tearing off what's there, getting all the way down to the deck, putting a new roofing system on there. That's what we're talking about. Now, the other piece that you got to think about when we talk about the pricing in just a second are what isn't included or what could change this, these budget numbers that I'm going to give you. There's a lot of them. There's probably too many to list. We give you 7 of them down below in the article. But prime example, how tall is the building? There's a big difference in the cost of a 2-story warehouse building and a 12-story skyscraper, right? The logistics and the what it takes to do the project are going to be dramatically different. That same roof size on the 10-story or 12-story skyscraper is going to be dramatically more than on a 1 to 2-story warehouse building or production facility. Two, hey, do you got ballast up there, which is just code for river rock, right? That's an improved roofing system. It's the rock that holds it down. Well, I'll tell you what, somebody's got to get that rock off the roof, and it's heavy. Right? And then you got to transport it somewhere. It's a great example. Moisture. Moisture in the roofing system can have a dramatic impact on what ultimately you're going to pay. Because, if you're looking at a silicone system or a recover system, you can't have moisture trapped in there. If you trap moisture within that system, eventually, due to the freeze-thaw, the 100-degree days, that moisture is going to rupture out. And it's going to cause a failure on your new roofing system. So how do you mitigate that? As long as you have about 20 to 30% or less that's saturated, it means you got to cut out that wet insulation, and if there's bad decking, replace that, put new in, and then put your new membrane or that liquid silicone coating system over top of it. So there's all sorts of these types of things. You, as the building owner, do have some control or at least some awareness of them. I encourage you to read through the list of all 7 because it's going to have an impact on what you're actually looking at as far as an investment. But let's get down to brass tacks. What are we talking about? So silicone coating, right? As a general rule of thumb, you can budget by the square foot, so just square footage of roofing area, about $3 to $6, okay? There'll be variants in there just to accommodate some of the things we referenced, but remember, there's over 1,000 roofing contractors here in Metro Detroit, so allowing for some of that variance in there. If you get something pretty dramatically outside of that, I would at least, it would spark questions for me, right? Number 2, so recovers. What does a recover cost? Well, you're looking at general ballpark or a good rule of thumb in that $7 to $11, maybe $12 a square foot for a recover, and that's for, it's covering EPDM, TPO, PVC, modified roofing. So a couple different materials in there. Those all play a factor, but, $7 to $12 right in there. Maybe split the difference, use $9 a square foot or $9.50. It's going to give you a really good budget number to work from. And then lastly, when we talk about roof replacement, meaning full tear off, down to the decking, new roofing system going on, new insulation, you're looking in that $13 to $20 range. If you want to split the difference, using something like 17 bucks a square foot, fairly reasonable. I think you're going to be pretty safe in that number, because again, when you look at those 7 factors, all of those have to be considered. We're trying to account for some of those in there. You as the building owner can kind of look at, okay, which of these apply to me? Hey, I got a lot of penetrations and my building's 5 stories up. You know what? I'm probably going to budget closer to that $20 a foot for the full tear off and replacement. On the flip side, maybe you've got that giant cold storage warehouse and there are no penetrations and it's wide open and it's 2 stories up. Well, yeah, I would hedge closer to that 13, 14 bucks a square foot for budgeting. So I hope this helped clear up a lot of the confusion. What's the best way to figure out what's right for you? Obviously, you can call us. We would love to help you. But get an expert. Get somebody out there who can really walk you through it. Ask them, am I a candidate for a silicone coating? Am I a candidate for a recover? Why or why not? Am I a candidate for, well, everyone's a candidate for a replacement. But, have those discussions, and they should be able to have intelligent answers for you about why or why not you are a good candidate for those things. Here at Kanga, we're going to send an inspector out, put together the full detailed inspection report. We'll identify any deficiencies. We'll let you know what you're a candidate for. We'll let you know how much life is left. But we also then give you reasonable budgets, not just in this range. We're going to look at that building and go, hey, yeah, you do need to plan for $250,000 for that recover coming up. But good news, you have somewhere in that 5 to 7 year range to start saving up and having that capital before you have to make that expenditure. I hope this video helped. I hope the article helps really break these things down. If you are concerned, if you want to get a better understanding of what you're looking at for that investment, give my team a call, 586-566-0308. You can always click the button below, do the direct online form fill or scheduling. You can schedule yourself right online. You don't even have to talk to my team, and we'll get somebody out there for you. With all that said, I really hope this had some value for you. And as always, I hope you have a Kangerific day.